Whew. Alright guys, what is going on? I'm back with another video for you today. I told you I was going to do this the day after the episode air. We are doing a review for episode 3. Yep, episode 3 of Good Trouble. And y'all, if we had to call this episode, we're kind of going to be calling it the Sex and the Pettiness. Like, honestly, because this episode had me, what, everywhere, just feeling all emotions. So we start off in the courthouse where Judge Wilson is about to give the verdict whether or not to dismiss the case of the Jamal shooting. And Callie is just looking really nervous. So we rewind to a couple of days before. She's still smashing guy out. Let me tell y'all, when I tell y'all this show is really going into a new phase, I'm like, nope, we ain't holding back. We ain't teenagers no more. We adults. And let me tell you, okay, this is my little prediction and little conspiracy theory for towards the end of the season. I already know there's going to be a love triangle probably going on between Callie, Gael, and Jamie. Well, possibly a square if you include Brian. However, I'm not trying to throw anything out there, but are we sure that Callie's using protection? I know this is this is not an accusation. Here's the thing. I think with a one-night stand hookup, there's probably not a condom on standby, so I'm thinking maybe Callie pursues a relationship with Jamie, and we do see her get back with Gael at some point in a promo, and we may possibly have a pregnancy scare. There's not citing that it's a baby, maybe a pregnancy scare, okay? Maybe there's that, either that or possibly a scare of maybe, Gael maybe got her pregnant. We don't know. This is just a crazy theory I spit out there, y'all. I was thinking it last night. I don't know. But anyway, they're still sneaking around, even though half the building knows that they're hooking up. And Davia, you kind of see her because she's friends with Brian. So that's how Brian finds out. And we see them kind of have a conversation later on. And the thing is, I kind of was irritated with Gael because he's just indecisive. I'm just dude, you aren't exclusive with him, but you like her. Then you're just you want to switch it over. We're you want to have two things at the same time. Dude, no. Even though you casual, we know Callie. She's going to want to take it serious. She wants to be exclusive. We're going to see that later on. I'm just my goodness, just the irritation. Anyway, we find out that Rebecca actually wrote the memo and actually said, oh, it's a group effort. And, basically the judge literally knows that basically they didn't write it. He wrote it was written in conservative standpoint. And Judge Wilson wants her to rewrite it. And basically, kind of his point of view, kind of how to remember it. And, Callie, she's kind of have writer's block. And Gael texts her, she wants to come over. And she's like, I gotta work. She doesn't reply back of coming the next night. And we see Gael go for his stuff. His sister comes into town. She's a transgender female. And, basically she got fired from her job because the toxic masculinity in her workplace. And basically she's behind on rent. And she asks her brother for help. I feel like she's the younger sister because I feel honestly, the instance of the older sibling, I get that being an older sibling, you want to help them. And he was actually going to cast one of his art pieces in bronze for a show. And it was cost $2,000. His sister needed $1,800 for her rent. So, first off, let me just say, LA living, it's expensive. Dear God. And if the $1,600 is cheap for their commune apartment, how much is it for a regular apartment? God. But yeah, he feels like he has to put his dreams on hold for the real world, and he ends up breaking the statue. And that's when he wants to kind of vent and kind of just take tension off with Callie, but she's busy working. And he immediately goes off to Brian. Now, in the middle of this, Callie's trying to figure out what she can do. She calls Jamie. Now, if you remember Jamie, he was in the 3-part finale. He is Brandon's wife's brother. So that's Brandon's brother-in-law. He has no relation to Callie. This is not a situation, okay? So we have him and her at the bar. They're discussing, under attorney-client privilege. And Jamie kind of makes a move saying, hey, maybe I can take you to dinner. And she's like, I probably don't have time for a relationship right now. I just got out of law school. I got to take the bar. Also, when are you going to take the bar, Callie? We need a date. So we see her basically kind of rewrite the memo, and she kind of stands her ground with Judge Wilson, and we later see him do the verdict of denying the dismissal, and we got a trial. So it's just about to go down, and honestly, she tells Malika, like, hey, we probably have to stay our distance until the trial's over, because doggone attorney, one of the clerks, was side-eyeing, Callie, looking at Malika, and he's gonna probably use it against her. I don't trust either one of them mofos in that office, okay? Callie, you in danger, girl, that's what I'm saying. So we later see Callie text IL, saying that they want to hang out tonight. He's like, oh, I can't. And we basically see him walk out with Brian, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna be petty Callie tonight. She walks into that bar in her little black dress and red lipstick and meets with Jamie for dinner. Let me tell you, I was so happy. I was like, Callie, you are growing up. Like, honestly, boys play games, and she's like, you want to play games? We can play it. Your move. I'm like, heck yes. So yeah, I honestly saw the promo. I think I saw that clip in a promo, and I was like, oh wait, what if he gets confused? What if they're just meeting as friends, but this was a date? I'm like, oh, okay, we see you, Callie. So Mariana is still dealing with stuff at work. She honestly keeps running into the head guy in charge. She accidentally spills coffee on him and gets his phone screen broken, and she's just trying to avoid as much as possible. The guys in her team, including Alex, are stealing her ideas, and basically she is like, okay, I need to gain an ally. She gets with one of the guys who is Indian, and basically is like kind of, because they're the two minorities in the group. There's like two white guys, you have an Indian man, and then you have a Hispanic woman. So there's not a lot of diversity at all. And we're going to see that play in the next episode. And basically when Alex calls her out for finishing the phases on time, which should be like, oh, cool, great. He gets all in his feelings, just be like, oh, they're going to expect us to do more of it. I'm like, dude, she saved y'all butts. What do you, no. Like, dang. Like, honestly, what's wrong with taking initiative? And that just shows their sexist workplace, was just like, oh, I want to kick you in the balls right now. And Mariana gets mad when the third guy doesn't defend her, but he wants to act like a hero when they're not looking. And a lot of people are guilty of that. They have two faces. They always try to play different sides of the team, but they honestly want to get benefits of both. We also find out that the boss wasn't actually mad at her. He actually wanted to hear back at her in her app. But then another guy basically was like lying and saying, oh, I got back to her, but she never got back. We're probably going to see that get revealed in the next episode, because Mariana is about to shake the table. Also, we get to learn more about Malika and her, ties with Jamal's mother. She's supporting the trial, what's happening. But also, we see her go through her stuff with deciding whether or not to see her mom because she's sick. We see some flashbacks and see her and her brother being taken by CPFS. And, basically, she made a mistake calling them because their mom was on drugs. And she thought, oh, they can leave, they stay safe, they stay together, but they got separated. So there's still that guilt in there. She gets contacted by her brother and her mom, but emotionally she's not ready, which is totally understandable. And I feel like she's getting closer to Jamal's mom because she wants to feel that love and support that she didn't get from her mom back in the past. So there's that. Is there anything else that I missed in this? Oh, yeah, Brian? I don't like Brian. He was being very possessive. It's just like, he feels like it's a competition to who can get Giles' attention. And I'm just like, dude, your guys aren't exclusive, but that you want to be exclusive, you want him all to yourself, even though you guys aren't exclusive, you're just casual. I'm just like, ugh, I don't know. Like, honestly, this love square is about to be broken up to a triangle, and eventually will just be in a one-line segment A-B by the end of the season. I don't know who she's gonna pick. We already knew there's gonna be like, who you gonna pick? I mean, that's basically life. I mean, honestly, you're gonna have two guys. It may not be always all the time, but it's gonna happen eventually. So that is my review for Good Trouble episode 3. Let me know in the comments what you think of the episode, and if you're team Callie and Gael or team Callie and Jamie. I'm trying to think of like a shit name for them, either Gally or Kyle. I don't know. Y'all help me out in the comments. Anyways, your girl, peace out, my love. Have a great week. Bye.